So this podcast happened at 3 a.m. That's right. Today's episode happened at 3 a.m. after we closed the bar down. It was me, Thad, Jordan Teramana, sitting around at one of the local watering holes. And when they closed down, Thad looked at me and said, "What are we going to do now?" And I said, "Nothing, Thad. All the bars are closed." And Thad said, "Let's do a podcast." And shockingly, Jordan was up for it as well. And we came into the Gathering of Fools studio and laid it down. I thought it was going to be just drunken debauchery that I may not ever air. But Jordan Teramana came ready to record. So I think there ended up being some nice hidden gems in there. I think we had fun. It was more serious than I thought it would be. We talked about local business. We talked about some of the history of the Teramanas. And I don't know. It was a great time. I hope you guys enjoy it. And without further ado, here's the 3 a.m. podcast.
I feel like I actually took time to be like, "Damn, Thad, you look good."
You look good. You were in the
Are
mirror.
you saying I don't?
No, I think you look good. I'm saying this 3 o'clock in the morning podcast can either end up being a train wreck or gold.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah. But that's how you find them, right?
Absolutely.
I feel like that's how you find it. Like, hey, like, you know, we're going to be really good. Or we're going to be, holy shit.
Yeah. And you know what? It'll probably be entertaining either way.
Did you hear the silence? Because I did that on purpose. I thought it was really good. I'll tell you what, I feel like, I mean, maybe I'm just like gassing myself up, but I really feel like you have a great voice for it. I have a decent voice for it.
I've heard people say that you have a good voice for it as well.
You guys both have great voices.
Oh, right.
Wait, who was that?
Who was that?
Who the fuck?
That was our good
Wow.
friend Jordan Teramana making his first appearance on the podcast on a late night
And
after the bars closed.
Just turned me on.
Listen,
You have a great voice.
I subscribed to this podcast, and I was reading the comments, and it was all kinds of compliments about how good your guys' voices were.
Wow.
There we go.
Dude,
See?
I want to start crying.
Hey, if the content is shit, at least we got the voice. You know?
I'll tell you what. I know how good our voices sound. I know how good Jordan's voice is gonna sound.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I know for sure?
What's that?
His twin brother Justin. His voice would sound like shit.
Oh, we're gonna jump on Justin for a second.
Yeah, 100%.
So much like shit.
Like for a fact, his voice would sound like shit.
And
It would just be soft.
It'd be soft,
dude,
just
it would be
soft
like
spoken.
he would say something, and you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Be a lot softer than mine. That's all I mean.
Well,
Yeah, he has a more dominant voice.
yeah, he's got a little more.
Hey, who came
say
out,
it with your chest?
Who came out the womb first?
I mean, I did.
I knew it. I know it.
Had to be true.
I knew it from
had
the
to be
fucking
true.
jump. I
had
knew
to
it.
be true.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin, maybe if you were a fan of the podcast, we wouldn't jump on you so hard.
Yeah. Well, little bitch.
Hey, he'll listen to it eventually, and I can't wait.
I know. No, I
just
can't
wait
wait
till he hears this.
No, I
episode.
can't wait. All right, here's my thing. Who's the better bowler?
Oh,
He started out hot.
Right.
Beginning of the season, he started out hot. I mean, he was killing
When
it.
you say season, you mean the bowling league that we're in.
The league.
Right. The
Yeah.
league.
It's split into two halves. So the first half of the season, I mean, he came out and he bowled real good.
Right.
But the second half,
You're coming on strong.
I'm coming on strong. I came off of an injury.
Well, hey, what was the injury?
Pretty serious injury.
Yeah.
You know, I was on IR. I had 250 stitches in my forehead. Another 15 staples in the back of my head. I broke my sternum.
Okay.
We're not talking
I
about
thought,
why.
no,
or
I
how.
thought we were just we're gonna talk about like how, you woke up one day and had a bad ache in your back.
You broke your sternum.
Yeah,
I did,
Damn.
and it still hurts. I mean,
How?
it still ain't back to normal. Every time I sneeze or cough, I mean
That sucks.
So
That's
what,
unbelievable.
What happened?
If you're not comfortable talking about it for people
Nah,
to hear,
you know,
If you're not from
it's
this
good.
area, you know when someone says it means something fucked up.
it's good.
It was a little fucked up.
Wrecked the side by side.
Okay.
for some people that don't know, what's a side by side?
Like a 4-wheel drive, kind of like a Jeep, kind of
Okay.
like a quad. In between.
Yeah.
We had a little bit too much to drink, about 2:30 in the morning. Made a bad turn, hit a rut.
Oh.
A rut.
A rut.
Just like a ditch.
For the
A
common
ditch.
folk.
A ditch.
For the common folk, that means a big ass ditch.
And I got thrown through the roof.
God damn.
Thrown through the roof. Cell phone got thrown way.
AT&T was like, "Hey, are you still in that area?"
So I walked to the hospital. They thought I broke my neck. They wanted to life flight me. I don't want to get in a
Hold on.
helicopter.
You walked to the hospital.
Yeah.
Well, walked to my mom's. I didn't walk all the way to the hospital, but my mom called the police on me, so I don't want to bring all that up.
Okay. Anyway.
What a nice
so
mom.
you made it to the hospital.
I did.
Right.
I made it to the hospital. They wanted to life flight me to Pittsburgh. Thought I broke my neck. I didn't.
Thank God. I can attest to this. He's
found
sitting
out
here.
about it. I didn't break it. I'm good.
They scared everybody, but got up there 4 or 5 hours later, got some stitches, got some staples. I came home, so I'm good.
Yeah, you got a decent little scar going across your forehead.
Yeah, a little
See,
bit.
I never even noticed it.
I didn't
I would
notice it until
never.
it was brought up. I really didn't.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was,
notice
that,
until it was
that
brought
was
up.
actually a joke.
I really didn't.
Fucking huge ass scar.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We're doing this
Oh
podcast.
no, I'm gonna get you wrong. This scar is fucking huge
Beautiful.
across this dude's head, and I agree. He looks gorgeous without it.
He looks gorgeous with
He
it.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, don't get me wrong. Before we came here, we were in a darkly lit bar.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was a little bit, I didn't notice it until he
Right.
brought it up.
Now you know.
He's also wearing the hat.
And I never wore a hat before, but I wear one now.
Now all of a sudden it's his favorite fucking item to wear.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
I gotta think. I gotta think of a cool
Jordan
story.
Teramana. Oh yeah, he looks really good. Oh, except when his face comes off.
Oh, man. Listen to you.
Oh yeah.
Listen, this guy agrees to come on our podcast at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now you're going to cloud him about his face?
Now I'm getting attacked.
Come on.
It's like
He knows it.
It's like Capone or Luciano. You
There you go.
got a
Okay,
good
Now I
scar.
feel terrible. Now he's
You got a
above me.
good scar. He's giving Scarface a run for his money.
That's right. Got to do what you got to do.
I will say this to everyone like listening, like he's not hideous.
Nah, he's a handsome
Thank
guy.
God.
He's a handsome guy.
Pretty
like
handsome.
seriously, like you're like, hey, I was in a car accident and my face got ripped off. the first actor is like, wow,
But I look good.
Well,
like I look good.
he
Like,
means that
okay.
in the best way possible.
No, I do.
His
I
whole
really
face
do.
didn't get ripped
Yeah.
off. He just got a pretty
No.
good
Yeah.
scar.
If your face got ripped off, he means it in the best way possible. I mean, it's not horrible.
yeah.
Are we?
He means it in like a face-off way.
shit.
Like Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, you still look good.
Oh damn. Are we actually talking about people that got their faces ripped off?
I don't know anybody else that got the face ripped off.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
I know
Except
one.
for face-off, John
And I know
Travolta,
one.
Nick
Well,
Cage.
John Travolta and fucking Jordan Teramana, same thing.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh well.
But I'll say,
Okay.
even though this is a crazy impromptu podcast, I'm very excited to have Jordan Teramana
Big
on.
time.
Big time
Big
excited.
time.
And I'm excited to be here.
No, you should be. You know why? I feel like you're the one that's like gonna be. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Yeah, say what you want to
Is that
say.
bad?
Well, it's a gathering of fools. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. We're the gathering of fools. We get on here, we say what the fuck we're gonna say.
Right.
It's what we do.
We're not always gonna agree with each other or other people, and we don't care.
Well, and we shouldn't. You know.
That's how constructive conversations happen. Is you don't agree and you talk.
And that's how you gain respect for other people.
Could
Absolutely.
you imagine that though? Like I know we always talk about like, could you imagine agreeing with someone you never met
Yeah.
and just agreeing with them all the time?
Or everything you listen to or everything you hear.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you hear something on Fox News, you hear something on CNN, you automatically agree, automatically assume that somebody is guilty or whatever.
An asshole, an idiot,
Yeah,
guilty,
exactly.
innocent, whatever. Yeah.
Look into it. Do your own research.
Yeah, do your own research.
That's
Have a
like-
conversation
Yeah.
and figure it out.
That's been our thing for a long time. Like,
I'm all
Like-
about facts.
right. Like, me and you can disagree all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And we can say a lot of shit that disagrees with each other all day long.
Yeah.
But, like, at the end of the day,
We're still friends.
yeah, we're okay.
That's how it should be.
The problem is, like,
That's exactly how it should be. And that's why I love Ellen DeGeneres so much.
did we just find a fucking Ellen friend?
Well, listen,
That's why I
that
love
is.
She got attacked.
She did get attacked,
She got attacked for sitting with
that
George
sad?
Bush.
Yeah.
which is absurd.
Completely absurd.
Absurd. I don't care who she sat next to. You shouldn't be attacked. First of all, they're seats. Who the fuck cares?
Right.
And like you can't have a decent conversation with somebody that has opposing ideals than you.
Yeah.
Who cares? Have a good conversation. Who knows? Maybe one of you will give the other person some information that you can now learn from.
Completely.
That's
Right.
awesome.
And
That's a
even
good
if you
thing.
don't agree with each other politically, you still
Yeah.
respect each other's opinion.
Yeah. And
You
you should be able to have that conversation. So you're just supposed to be on one side or the other and never have a
Oh, yeah.
conversation.
As soon as you agree with the other side, you're the enemy. You're
Can't
a
be
bad
that
guy.
way.
So here's my question, because I feel like Jordan deals a lot more with the public. You know what I mean? Like,
Than me and you. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Our public domain is this. It's the podcast.
Yeah, like it's a lot of shit like that. Like
Yeah.
he does a lot of like, just in general.
he does things for the community. He has
Right.
businesses in the area.
here's my
His
question.
family is well known in the area. They do business in the area. They do great things for the community in the area.
Do you actually have a time or a point in place where you're like, holy shit, like I can't say shit without someone judging me?
Or jumping down my throat.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, all the time. I mean, I got to watch what I share on Facebook.
Right.
You know, we're in the car business.
Can't lean too far one way or the other.
You can't. Because
Yeah.
I got customers on the left side. I got customers on the right side.
Right.
And I respect all their opinions.
You should, as you should.
Absolutely. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a world we live in today.
Well, and it's much tougher today than it was in the past because I feel like 20 years ago, you could have a conversation, whether you're left, whether you're right, have a conversation, everything be peaceful. But now, you're either on our team
Yeah.
or you're not.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. Left is guilty of it. Right is guilty of it.
Oh, yeah.
Both sides are guilty
Yeah.
of it.
And everybody is.
And it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's insane.
As soon as you sit there and say that you're this, whatever it is, but you say, "Oh yeah, well I'm this,"
Yeah.
it's almost like people go, "Oh shit,
Yeah. Here we go.
you're the left, I'm the right." I'm like no, you don't actually understand like politics in general, like and
Yeah.
a lot of people, and I feel like here's the main thing is like, you know, with everything going on, people feed off that shit. When I say people, I mean politicians.
Everybody.
Feed off of fear. They feed off of
Well, it's how they get elected now.
yeah. They feed off of everything. So
Yeah.
And
know,
everything's so partisan. I mean, look at the impeachment trial.
yeah,
Democrats voted with Democrats. Republicans voted with Republicans. I mean, it's just there's no opinion, there's no decision. Everybody just votes with their party, and it's disgusting to me.
And actually, look even beyond the impeachment trial. Look at when laws are trying to get passed.
Yeah.
Look at when anything's trying to get passed. So right now, basically, the Democrats control the House and the Republicans control the Senate.
Yep.
And they both equally are saying, in the Senate, they're saying anything from the Democrats is not even going to get voted on. And in the House, they're saying anything from the Republicans is not going to get voted on. That's crazy. If there's a good idea from either side, it should be heard and listened to.
And they don't care. They don't care if it's a good idea. They vote with their party.
Yeah.
Because there's so much hatred between the two.
Yeah.
And
it's ridiculous. It's all about who has power.
Exactly.
We want our side to have power. What we have forgotten is that the team is the United States.
Right.
The team is not Republican or Democrat. The team is the United States. So whoever has the best idea, and maybe the right has the best idea, or maybe the left has the best idea, and the other side has to fix it a little bit, and we come to a conclusion that benefits everybody. And that's how it's supposed to work. It just has stopped working that way.
And they won't do it because they're two completely different parties. It's like
they can't see the other side.
No,
Right.
it's horrible.
So I guess like where I get into is like nationally, we're always gonna disagree on
Yes.
shit, and it makes me mad because we're talking about national shit. When I say national shit, I mean like we're talking about stuff that maybe in a long run affects me,
Oh, yeah,
right?
for sure.
What makes me so mad is that the local shit is where we tend to say, yeah, okay, well, whoever's my, my representative, I don't care. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And you say that, but that's the
That's where it
people
starts.
Who's actually controlling your shit.
In your local area.
Yeah.
That's the biggest vote you can make at this point
Yeah.
is your local area.
Well, they make it so difficult to do business in our local area. I mean, you look at Weirton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Weirton's exploding. Weirton's doing everything they can. And they're getting building permits.
They're getting great restaurants. They're getting great businesses. They got a Brazilian jiu-jitsu place. I mean, we have one, but it's barely... They're blowing up. And somehow here in Steubenville, we are not blowing up. Now, because your family has done business in this area for a very long time, I would like to know what your thoughts are on why that's happening. Because it's insane. Weirton, literally, 20 miles down the road, is
20?
blowing up. Probably 15, 10.
So it's across the street.
It's across a
Just say
bridge.
what it is.
It's across a
Yeah.
bridge.
I could skip a rock that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You could literally skip a rock across the river, and their business is blowing up.
Yeah. That's my question. Like, tell me, why?
Do you
Right.
think that's happening?
Why do you think that Weirton, who's, again, 5 miles away,
Yeah,
is blowing up, and then we have Steubenville,
and we
we're
can't get
just Steubenville.
You know, I think we have an old school way of looking at things. I mean, we got a city council that everyone's fighting for their own little piece of power, and they don't look at the big picture. I mean, you got Mark Nelson, you got a guy spending all kinds of money downtown. You got a guy trying to rehabilitate
downtown.
Which is a nightmare. I mean, I couldn't imagine trying to spend that kind of money. I couldn't imagine.
Do you agree with Mark Nelson, like, with a lot of his shit?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know how you couldn't. Literally, he is building up downtown, which has been a nightmare for people to do forever. He's got, 2 pretty good businesses going down there right now?
At least.
I mean, he's got a few. I mean, he's got Lincoln Avenue. I mean, he's got the old school down there going. I mean, he's
got the coffee shop.
Bernardo's. Yeah.
So, but then people are still harassing him because he's bought some properties, and they're like, you're not doing stuff with them fast enough, so let's harass you. What do you want the guy to do? He's building successful businesses.
Well, and it makes me sick because, like, honestly, personally, I think the guy's crazy to even put money into the things that he's putting money in, but he's been successful so far.
Right.
And doing it. I mean, he personally, like, First Friday, all him. I mean,
That's all him?
100%.
So for people that are not from this area, so First Fridays has become this major community thing where there's some live music, people get to put forth their business in little stands, and everybody's just walking up and down the street in downtown Steubenville, which I can't tell you the whole time I've lived here. I moved here halfway through my freshman year of high school. I am now 37 years old. Until First Friday started, I can't tell you when the whole community was walking around downtown
Never
Steubenville.
happened.
Never. He's
happened.
brought everybody together.
Yeah.
I mean, First Friday is the best thing that ever happened to this town.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I didn't know he was the one that was kind of the backbone of that.
Listen, I seen him.
Oh, yeah.
It was probably 12:30 at night. First Friday was over, and I seen him out in the middle of the street picking up garbage.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
a business
that's
owner.
actually cool shit, though.
That's cool as fuck.
He truly cares. I mean, you got people, they're giving away buildings downtown. They're giving them away. You don't have to buy them. You take control of them. You just have to bring them up to city code, which is a complete nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
Because
you
that
have
was
to bring,
like that was like my next thing is like because we always talk about like the shit that we have to do to why aren't businesses like just blowing up in downtown Steubenville? Like people don't realize like if you want to own a business, okay, and then you want to own that business in downtown Steubenville because people think that that little shop, right? Just a little tiny shop,
little storefront.
yeah. Maybe that little storefront that you're handling, okay. The biggest problem in Steubenville was that you have that little storefront. The problem is that you have to take that whole building
And bring it up to code.
Okay, yeah. I'm not just talking like unless you want to like rent it or whatever. Like,
Right.
People are like, well, why don't you just buy like, oh, it's just a building? No, like you're
You have to bring it up to code.
responsible for taking that building, right, and bringing up the code.
Which means you have to have the proper means for handicapped, whether it be the bathroom, whether it be the entrance.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it means
electrical. I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars
that you have to invest.
that you have to invest.
And the structures, I mean, structures are so old, they're destroyed.
Because nobody, until
you're
he started
fucked.
doing stuff down there, nobody was doing anything down there.
No.
The same businesses were down there forever, and those ones stayed. They kept their building as close to code as they can. Here's the other thing. When you actually have had the business there for a while, you don't have to bring it up to the current code until you do like a big remodel. Then when you do the big remodel or whatever, then you have to bring it up to code.
Well, it can be considered historic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we got some property on 6th Street, right at the bottom of University Boulevard. There's a billboard back here. Window World rented a building off us for years. I mean, for years. They had a billboard back there. It got worn down. We went back. We fixed it up. We tried to put Team Automotive or whatever.
Right.
We're in the car business.
Right.
Right.
So they went to go get a permit to put a Team Automotive billboard up there, and they wouldn't give them a permit. They said they got enough billboards in the city. They don't need any more. You know. So you don't want to.
Who said that?
Well, that's what.
The city, basically.
Yeah,
That's yeah, but who?
It's on the scenic byway, they call it. Scenic byway. Because it's such a beautiful scenic picture where the billboard was.
What's
so-
scenic?
Well, and they said that.
What? No, seriously. What in the fuck is scenic about fucking the byway through?
Yeah.
You mean through Steubenville?
Yeah.
There's like 5 or 6 not dilapidated buildings down there. So,
But they said the company that's on the property has to advertise a billboard.
Okay.
Nobody else could do it. So we're like,
Okay.
what the hell, you know? Albert Limited owns the property. Same company owns the dealership.
Yeah.
Right.
But it still wasn't good enough. I mean, they needed Window World, or they needed whoever.
You have to have an actual business in the building in order to put it up.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. And like you guys are going to put up some like ugly, terrible thing on the billboard. No.
Right.
You're going to put a nice billboard up for one of the most successful businesses in the area. We can't support that. That's bananas. That's crazy.
Like, where do we actually like start? Like, when do we like seriously sit there and say, hey, like the ideals and I'll tell you the main thing, the ordinances and laws in Stoneville
Yeah.
are so fucking outdated.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
It is a fucking shame.
The
Like, it
problem
really
is you got people in council, you got people running for council, running for city positions that for some reason want a sense of power.
Right.
They got no view for the future. They don't care about the future.
They just have their
Just
own interest in
them
mind.
yeah.
And I don't even know if it's that. I mean, I don't know if they care about their own interests. They want
They're just
something to
there.
do. They're bored. They want power.
Yeah.
And we need people.
They just want to be known as the city councilman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we need young people to get in there and get involved and
Yeah.
change the way things are going. I mean, look at Weirton. Weirton's exploding.
Exploding.
They had that city manager over there. He was what, 23 years old?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
He was like 23 years old, and he just
Came in like, listen, we're going to make this shit happen.
and he did.
I remember when people listening, we all do, but there's when I think of Weirton, like really just blowing up, okay, I think of one business because I think of this because I'm friends with them, but also because I've been friends with them and I've actually heard the things that they were trying to go through, okay, and Theo Yanni's,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Great Greek style restaurant, but they do a little bit of all food.
Just everything.
Unbelievable place.
And it's a beautiful-
unbelievable restaurant. I mean,
Beautiful restaurant.
you can't go in there and eat, and one of the owners aren't in there.
Not just exactly.
You know.
Okay. They are one of the few people who were not just bullshitting about, oh yeah, like I'll be around when. No, they literally take it serious about, okay, you came in their restaurant and they actually care.
Yeah, I could say this.
And
I can say this. I've eaten there one time. I've ate there one time, and the owner came to my table. I had never been there before.
Does
He
not
came to
happen a lot, right?
He came to my table and he talked to me for a good
Yeah.
5-10 minutes.
okay. How many places in our area do you know that
You know,
just does
it won't
that?
happen. It
No.
won't happen. You go in there, I guarantee Sean Mihalis
Yep.
and Yanni,
Yeah.
both of them.
Someone will be there.
If you're sitting at the bar, you're sitting at the table. One of them's going to come up to you. One of them's going to ask you, how's your food? How are you doing? I mean, is your experience good tonight? Is the waitress taking care of you?
Yep.
They do an excellent job. I mean,
They get it. That's the biggest thing. They get it.
They're doing business the right way.
I'll tell you what was, I think, a fucking home run with them is that they took a restaurant that was in a building. I'm not going to say dilapidated because it wasn't.
It was. They,
It was not. But
they took a
like their
risk.
old school, like you remember Yon. Then you
Absolutely. It
remember,
was in
yeah,
that-
Theo Yon
where
is like-
Pepperbronies was. I mean,
Yeah.
They
Yep.
took a risk. They took it.
They did.
You talking
They-
about their original building?
They did. Yeah.
Where
Like,
was their original building at?
The original building was on Main Street. No, off of Penco Road,
Yeah,
right?
Pennsylvania Avenue. It was
Yeah.
on the left hand side where Pepperbronies is.
And I
now.
mean, they had literally 3 rooms. Like you, and they did it, and they still. That's what like kills me. They still made 3 rooms of not personable shit. I'm talking about someone would show up in their restaurant area, and they would say, "Hey, we might have some tables available to you." And I mean, you were going 3 buildings back.
Yeah, three rooms back.
Like
you had to
you're
walk through.
you're hanging out and you're going, "Are we still in this fucking restaurant?"
Listen,
Yeah.
But like they were perfect.
They made you feel like you were at home, even though you were
Yes,
3 rooms
absolutely.
back.
I mean, they are the definition of, starting a business, right? And not just enjoying the business, because I feel like a lot of our business in this area, we say, okay, we made it, right? Oh man, we have some people coming. Got it.
Yeah.
They have continually sat there and said, how do I get better?
Yeah.
How do I
they
get
are
better?
there constantly.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people think. I mean, they think you own your own business. They think, oh, we're making all this money. They don't.
Yep.
They don't see the expense that you have. I mean, the amount of money that they invested in that mortgage where they're at. I mean, I don't even want to see.
Now they're in a brand new building.
Oh, it's crazy.
And it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
And it's beautiful. And I want to give a shout out to Rebecca Fiscardo because she did the bar and she did the wall there. I mean, it's unbelievable. She does an unbelievable job.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
And Gaetano Fiscardo. I mean, they're both great customers of Team Automotive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Team Automotive. What
Team
is
Automotive.
that?
That is
What
Team
that?
Chevy and Team Ford.
Team
Lincoln,
Automotive.
Toyota.
Are those assholes that fucking tried to fucking run a parade?
Actually, let's
They did terrible.
But they will beat any competitor's price by $1,000 or give you $1,000 on the spot.
Well, and I can tell you two things real quick. One, I do want to get into the parade thing, but first, I ended up in a bad situation with cars because, like a lot of dumb guys out there, I had my car loan, and then my girlfriend at the time, her car broke down, so I went to Team, and I got a great deal on a Toyota, but then I had to kick her out of the house 2 weeks later, and I ended up with 2 car payments all to myself.
Attaboy.
Yeah, but I went down there and I talked to, I believe, your cousin, Mark. And actually, he kind of hit me up because he knew what was going on. And he hit me up and he said, you really want both those cars? And I said, no. And so he worked it out with me. He ended up getting me a great deal, got me into 1 car, way less of a payment than 2 cars. They do a good business. They will help you out any way they can. I want to say that.
You know, a lot of people think, I mean, most of the car dealerships around, you go to Pittsburgh, it's a corporation. I mean, it's a huge company.
This is a family-owned business.
It's a family-owned business. You ask anybody that works for us, I mean, we help anybody out any way we can. Someone comes in with a bad credit situation,
Yeah.
and we literally burn bridges to
Do the best you can to figure it out.
Absolutely.
If it's possible, you'll make it happen.
and we will.
But what I did want to bring up, this is what we were going to start with, but we got sidetracked, is you guys helped, maybe even paid for the whole thing, I don't know, but you at least helped with the Christmas parade in downtown Steubenville.
And
Big
we were
sponsor.
a sponsor. We were
Yeah.
a sponsor. We were one of the main sponsors.
Yeah, you were one of the main sponsors. And so you guys try to do this great thing for the community, and you guys get a phone call to one of the dealerships.
Yep.
You guys get a phone call to one of the dealerships of a guy bitching about how shitty it was and how he couldn't believe that you basically
Hey,
bums
Dave.
would sponsor it, right?
Dave, what was the temperature that day?
That's what I'm saying. Hold on, we're gonna get into that. So he's
Are we
he
going
complains-
into it?
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. He complains about that he didn't like the parade and that he finds it a joke that you guys sponsored or something to that effect. So you guys try to do something for the community. This asshole wants to jump on your messages. And like Thad said, you guys can't help the weather. And it was one
Wait,
of the worst
what?
days of the year.
I'm sorry.
No, that was miserable.
Actually, no, I disagree. I did not say they couldn't help with the weather. I mean, they're fucking Jordan Teramana. Like,
That's right. We
this
control
dude-
weather.
We
I mean,
control weather. We control weather and patterns.
They have weather
We-
machines.
We literally sit there all day going, okay,
Yeah, actually, you know those big machines.
snow,
You know those big
water.
machines. Those big machines that don't exist behind Team Ford.
Yeah, it's them.
Those ones that aren't real. Those
Right,
are the
that's
ones that are
them.
controlling the weather.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Right. Like Steubenville, like everyone else is like, oh, we got 15 feet of snow. We're like, no, we ain't had shit with no.
You know,
Yeah.
we get
We've been great. You're going to school tomorrow.
we get a lot of people fired up about that. I mean, my brother was so mad. I mean, he was doing everything he could to try to find out.
I got to
who
be
this guy
honest, and
Hold
he
on.
should be. I
He should be
agree.
that mad.
He actually should be.
was. But he
Yeah.
should be, and it was bullshit. But
Yeah.
You can't let him get to you that much.
and that's how I look at it. I mean, I don't
He's-
care. I don't care who he was. The only thing I want to ask him, like, I wish I could.
That's what I want to know. What would you ask him?
I'd ask him, what could I do to live up to your expectations?
It's
Right.
sickening.
You know,
Yeah.
That's
But
sickening.
do
your
we have
standards are so high. I mean, what could I have done to, you know?
we can't even get good businesses in the area, but you want to have a parade like we're living in Disneyland and like the weather can't affect things? That's just crazy to me. Good people try to do a good thing for the community, and you want to bitch not only about the product that ended up happening with the bad weather, but you want to bitch at the people who tried to make it happen.
Why?
That's just crazy to me.
You know what?
That's my biggest thing.
What would you do? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. What's going on? And I'll tell you why. When you do something nowadays, and I think people take for granted right now, like if you do something so small or something little, or actually you do something very big, you think in your head like no one's paying attention. The problem is everybody is paying attention.
Yes.
Every little minuscule thing, someone is paying attention. Okay. The fact that someone can, this guy over here, can say something, right? You don't think someone's sitting here going, "Oh shit,"
Which is crazy. We
No,
don't think.
but I'm saying like someone is. I don't care who did. I'm telling you, someone's sitting there going, "Oh, Jordan's saying something."
But we
Jordan
don't think
Teramana?
anything about it. We just want to do something good for the community.
Right.
No, I know, but I'm
That's actually-
I'm just saying, like there is always going to be that person, always,
Yeah,
always,
always.
because it's just a life that we live in. Like
They're
there's
keyboard heroes. They
Yes.
want to try to start some stupid movement.
yeah,
And
every time.
Yeah, they want to start some stupid movement. They want to see if people will jump on their team again, whether it be left, right, or some stupid cause. They want a team and they want someone to be on it.
But they're just sitting there going, you know what? Oh yeah, like fuck, like seriously, their mindset. They go, fuck Jordan.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
Biggest thing for me, it had to be, I don't know, probably 6-7 years ago. We got Little Big Town
Yes.
to come into Harding Stadium.
You guys did that?
I have to ask, who's Little Big Town?
It's a country music
shit.
band. I mean, they
I'm
exploded.
not a country music fan, so I don't know.
I actually have a question. Wait, so when you say you guys did, like, who actually, like, what do you mean you guys?
You contacted them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teramana Enterprises.
Yeah.
Sponsored the 4th of July for the city.
Nice.
I actually did not know that.
And we probably paid them, I don't know, $25,000. I mean, we sponsored the fireworks, sponsored Little Big Town to come in, whatever. Tried to sell tickets, get in Harding Stadium. There's probably 100 people in Harding Stadium.
I remember what happened. Can I say it? Fucking stormed.
Did it storm?
Oh, listen.
I think it did storm,
It
but
fucking-
still,
But
100,
still-
100 people in Harding Stadium. I mean, still a bigger place.
Yeah.
This is what I want to hear. So you could only get, for all this stuff that you spent the money on, you had a big band come in and you were trying to do something good for the city.
Yes.
And how many people go to a regular high school football game at the Big Red Stadium?
Probably 1,000, man. I don't know.
I would say probably 1,000, if not more.
I don't know what it holds. I mean,
I don't know what it holds, but it's packed.
Obviously,
it's
Stoneville Big
stuffed
Red
full.
is the pride of the town. I mean, everybody loves
Right.
Stoneville Big Red.
It's way more than 100.
Oh yeah, way more than 100.
So you guys put on this great event where you pay for the fireworks, you pay for this band that is an.
Oh, it's
I'm,
not.
I'm
listen,
assuming at least a
it's not
semi-national.
just- It's not just like I actually want to hear it because it's not just like if me and you know what I mean, like we're sitting there going like Dave, like dude, what's a cool band?
Yeah.
And we I'm not gonna like name the bands around the area.
Yeah, forget
but
that.
We
So I
know.
want to know. It's like a semi-nationally
Listen,
known band.
I didn't know this because I'm actually
yeah,
like
I mean,
so.
and they were on the up and up. I mean, they're a country band.
Yeah,
on the up and up. I mean, they're huge now.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. Like
So-
this is actually. All right, I want to hear. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
hold on. So it's a semi-nationally known band, and you also help pay for the fireworks, all that, and
Which
the
we
stadium,
do every year.
which you do every year, and
Every
the
year.
stadium is normally packed on a Friday night for high school football, like it's a pro football team. But you put on this great event with a at least semi-nationally known band, and how many people showed up?
I'm willing to bet it's under 200. I mean, it was
That's just crazy.
pathetic turnout.
You guys do something great.
It was horrible.
And were they? Now I do have to ask this: were they paying for tickets?
Yeah, I mean, you had to pay for tickets to get in.
But the paying for tickets weren't going to your pocket, the
No.
Teramana's pockets. They were going to whatever fund for whatever cause.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So you guys throw a great thing for the community, an amazing thing for the community, and the money would have gone into the community, and 100 to 200 show up, but on a Friday night football game, the stadium is packed.
You know,
And then we want to know why we can't do great
This
things.
is change.
you're gonna have people out there. I mean, there's people out there that hate me.
Who?
Which is
All
silly.
kinds of people that hate me. They never met me a day in their life,
What do you mean?
Well, because
and they hate me because of my last name.
you're fortunate.
Yeah.
But the thing I will say about you and your brother is you guys may have been fortunate, but you guys also work your asses off.
What are you talking about? Wait, whoa. What? We're talking about like Jordan and Justin. They sit there and hang out and twiddle their thumbs.
The spoiled brats.
yeah. They
Yeah.
do nothing.
Those two spoiled brats.
Fucking assholes.
I have never walked in to Biggio's, the Team
Spoiled
Ford,
brats. That was
where
that was
where
funny.
you or your brother or Mark have not greeted me. And you guys are kind of running the show. You guys aren't salesmen. You guys aren't sitting there selling cars, but you guys always greet me.
Well, and
Right.
that's the thing. I mean, we're there all the time, and we're grinding. We're doing whatever we got to do. I mean, we just
I listen. I actually have a question.
I have a question after
Do
you.
you? Yeah. Like, I think Dave hit a pretty good point that I know I get hit on like a lot of shit about.
you get hit on.
Well, yeah.
He said
obviously.
he said it like the women love him, right?
Damn.
Like
God,
he's
dude. Hey, don't come on.
like
guys.
he's LL Cool Thad.
Come on, guys. Don't gas me up.
He's LL Cool
I don't
Thad.
want to get gassed up. No, like I actually always thought this, but just in general, like we don't talk about this enough. You have a family, right? A family that's been involved in your community.
Yes.
Okay. And immediately, I feel like as soon as you hear that the dad, father, owner, whatever,
Right.
kind of like is getting like out of it, we hear these things about the sons taking over,
Yeah.
and immediately,
No matter what the business.
immediately, what do we say?
Well, what's the what's the failure rate?
Well, just daddy gave them their business.
Yeah. They're
You know
not
what I mean?
they're not working for it. They're not doing
That's
their
what I'm saying.
thing. Yeah.
And I feel like that's been such a thing with Stoneville and surrounding areas that we seriously, we're like, dude, like you don't know,
What?
right? Like you have no idea. So I'm actually giving Jordan the opportunity to be like, okay, so you're getting a business, right?
Yes.
So what did you do, right? Because every single person in fucking the area that says, oh well, he just got it, right?
It was just handed to
yeah,
him.
They didn't do nothing to get nothing to deserve.
Right, he just got it. Okay, so here's my thing. Like, okay, you think people just get shit? Yeah, that's fine, right? My big thing is like people who parents or whoever like work for something and then have anything to give it to them. Like you're mad about that.
I'll be the first
Doesn't
person
matter.
to tell you how fortunate I am. I mean, I was blessed,
Very blessed.
very blessed. I mean, I got handed something. I mean, an established business. I mean, successful business. But we started out, me and my brother, my cousin, we started out cutting the grass at the dealership, washing cars.
Yep.
You know, and then I went to the body shop. I started writing estimates on wrecked cars. Went to the parts department, looking up parts for broken cars. I mean, it's just, we didn't just go to the top. We still ain't at the top.
Yeah.
You know,
Still not.
we're not. You know, my dad's the owner now. My uncle, God bless his soul, you know, he passed away this year. He was a dealer principal.
Absolute. Rest in peace.
He grew this business to what it is now. I mean, he did. I mean, he blew it up. Toyota franchise is unbelievable. I mean, we sold more Toyotas and, you know, any other franchise. And that was him. That was his relationship. He built that from 1991 to now. And, you know, we didn't just get handed everything. We still ain't got handed everything. You know,
You've worked for it.
You ever get mad though? Seriously. Like,
Hold on.
you
I
ever
want
get mad?
I want to touch on this. I want I want to go deeper into this. So you literally, first of all, you stepped into it literally on the ground floor. You went from cutting people's grass, then to working in the part shop.
I started in a body shop.
You started in the body shop,
right in estimates. I had to clock out for lunch to go eat lunch.
Yeah, because they're not letting you collect
Sharon.
that dime. Yeah.
My body shop manager.
Where the fuck's Jordan at? No,
she is unbelievable.
He's at lunch.
She wouldn't let me get away with anything. If I didn't clock out for lunch, she'd make sure that I was clocked out. I mean, she'd punch my time card when I left. And then if I took
this motherfucker ain't going nowhere.
If I took more than an hour,
nowhere.
she'd make sure it was on my time card and got turned
awesome.
into the office.
Hell yeah.
So I want to tell people from what I've understood from your family, and I know some of the parents, some of everybody in your family, that I'm going to call it a Steubenville dynasty is what I'm going to call
100%.
it. And what I'm going to say is you don't build that without teaching the younger people in your family how to work.
No, I mean,
you just don't. It doesn't continue to be successful if you don't teach the younger people in your family how to work.
Right.
And from every experience I've had with your family's businesses is they've taught you how to work. You guys are there. You're putting in the hours. You're doing the work. Now, the other thing that I did want to touch on, because we were talking about how people bitch about the good things that you do for the community. So I want to touch on your character. Do all the people bitching and all the people griping ever make you think, I'm not going to continue to do the best I can for my community?
No, absolutely not. I don't care at all.
Yeah. And that's how it should be.
You know, I don't care what anybody thinks. We worked our ass off. We are where we are. And, you know.
And you're going to put as much back into the community as you possibly can.
We started out in the coal business. You know,
right.
We had all kinds of property, all kinds of stuff going on. The EPA came in 1988 or whatever and put all kinds of regulation on coal. Made it almost impossible to make any money in the coal business. So we bought out John Biggio Ford in 1987.
Right.
And
that's why I said Biggio earlier, because that's what we all knew it as.
And that's the way we look at it, you know. Every generation of my family, our family, has been handed a great opportunity. You know, they started with something that, you know, most people don't have.
Correct.
But they've all built and grew.
Grew, even changed lanes if they had to.
Absolutely.
To continue to make it grow.
And, you know, what my father and my uncles did, they grew the car business. And what me, my brother, and my cousin are going to do is we're going to continue to grow. We're going to buy other Ford dealerships, do whatever we got to do, but we're not going to stay stagnant. We're not going to.
You're not just going to keep the status quo.
No.
You're going to keep trying to grow. Actually, something I have to say is, for anybody listening, if you ever thought that the Teramanas were just handed things, the fact that you know the history of that family speaks volumes about how much research you've done into your family and the business and how you can continue to help it grow. Because most people who get handed stuff don't know their family history like that.
Right.
Well,
they don't know that.
Right.
My grandfather and and his brothers, they were orphans.
I did not know that.
They were
Holy
orphans.
shit, let's get into that.
Orphans in, yeah, good. So orphans in the way that
They were adopted?
yeah.
My
Like,
phone's ringing.
seriously, I don't give a shit.
If you got to take it, go
Let me
ahead.
get this phone.
God
on.
damn it.
This is a key point.
This is, I'll let you go.
Yeah. Hold on. We're going to
No,
get...
because I'm going to keep talking. I
didn't know they were orphans.
Yes. Like, I'm sitting here fucking glued to my seat right now about this shit.
Yeah.
Because seriously, like, this is not like something that where, oh man, like it's just some random name, right?
No, this
in
is
our area,
one of the biggest names
Yes.
in this area,
right?
By far, if not the biggest.
Let's just say what it is. This is Teramana,
It's
right?
a dynasty.
It's a fucking
Steubenville
dynasty.
dynasty.
Yeah, And I hope to God that when we say this and we talk about this shit, like we're talking about a family, and that's the biggest thing. Like I want to stop because we're talking about a family,
Yeah.
right? Like we're not just talking about some company that just came, because people don't understand that. A lot of shit that
This is a Steubenville born and bred family
that we don't really appreciate, and I say that in a mean that people don't understand how business works.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So say there's not a Teramana, right?
Yeah.
Let's just take them out the conversation, right?
Well, no, actually, let's say if the Terramanas weren't here, the landscape of Steubenville would be
Oh my
extremely
God.
different. Extremely
Are
different.
you kidding me? We're done.
We're done. There's
We are
not a lot. There are a lot of big name families in
Yeah.
this area, but the Terramanas have been so instrumental in so many things in the area. Don't get me wrong. There's other families, Carpilates, Gentiles. There's all kinds of families that have done great things in the area
Who care about the well-being of
the area.
the area.
But they are one of the instrumental ones. They're
Yep.
one of them. And I have to say, I'm actually extremely excited, and I hope he comes in here and he's ready to talk about the orphan part, because this is literally maybe the most impromptu podcast we have ever done. We were literally at a bar.
How's that happen?
We were literally at a bar and they closed.
No.
They closed, and we said, "What are we
Come
going to
on.
do?" Because we all work very hard, long schedules, and we all happen to be off tomorrow. We all happen to be off tomorrow. So we were like, what are we going to do from here? There's nothing else to do. And we were like, you know what? Let's go do a fucking podcast.
Okay, let me just say that what Dave just said is all wrong. Okay, this is all bullshit. We never said that. I never said I have to work in the morning because I've been working 7/10s and I don't have tomorrow off. Thank you. No, he has no clue what he's talking about. Okay, so Jordan, not even here.
Yeah,
He's
he
just
had to take a phone call.
Figment of our imagination.
And who has to take a phone call at 4:00 in the morning?
Yeah, not him.
Yeah. But it's hilarious because literally the podcast has become a little bit of a struggle because you've been working 7 days.
Lot of shit.
You've been
I
working
agree.
7 days.
Yeah.
I've been in between jobs, so I'm learning my new schedule. So we've been getting at least an episode out a week. We're gonna get back to regular form once we can get there.
Agreed.
But in this particular scenario, we have got gold because we're learning about a very prominent family in the area, and we're learning more about them than we ever expected. We just heard orphans come on. I hope that phone call wasn't so serious that he has to go away. I hope he can come back on and talk about that,
so
because
do
that's
I.
good. If not, he's coming back on the podcast.
No, I know.
He's actually been better than I ever expected,
God.
especially for such short notice.
Okay, the more you talk about it, and I'm in the background like yelling "yay."
Yeah.
I feel such like a fanboy.
Dude,
wanna
I'm
do
a
that.
fanboy of our own
I don't
podcast.
really want to do that.
I'm a
But
fanboy of our
it's
own
so
podcast.
Good.
Right now.
No, it's man. I never. I think it's the first time that I can actually say, like,
That a stupid drunken moment
What?
became a great
well,
thing.
kind of, but like, why do we not talk more about our situation in our hometown?
Well,
Where's the aspect that we say, oh no, like, no, it's our hometown. I don't want to talk about it. No, like,
we should talk about it.
we should talk about it a lot.
I will say one reason on this podcast why we find a hard time, but I don't think we should, but why we have a hard time is because we have already been downloaded in like 52 cities and 20 some states. So it's hard to make it so localized.
Why can't it gas me up like that?
To keep well, hold on, listen, but I want you to
Okay.
listen to this.
All right.
But so we want to keep the attraction to all of those people. But where I say when we focus on local things, that should still be important to everybody around the country, because you should also be focused on your local shit. So maybe somehow when we talk about our local shit, it might help your local shit. So we need to do both. We do. We need to do both. We need to talk about the local stuff, and hopefully it helps other people's local situations. Don't get me wrong. We're always going to try to talk about anything and everything, and just honestly sit here, have some drinks, have fun. We left the bar. We're still drinking scotch and drinking beer. So we're here to have fun, but we also want to learn.
Is that so bad?
It can't be bad.
Yeah.
We're sitting, honestly,
Why is it so bad?
we came to this podcast drunk, so who knows what we would have talked about.
Okay, you know what? Talk about yourself. I was very sober.
You're a fucking liar.
Okay, you're right.
I was definitely very drunk. But you know what to me is amazing is that in the Gathering of Fools podcast, we can end up drunk at a bar, come here, we think, who knows what the fuck we're going to talk about, and we end up talking about serious stuff. I'm sitting here after closing down a bar, drinking a glass of scotch, you got a beer in front of you, and we've been talking about serious things. That's crazy. And who knows, maybe we're talking nonsense, but I guarantee you there's some gems in there.
But that's the best part. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not talking about like gems. We're actually talking about
real
us.
things.
No. Us.
Real things that
shit.
compare to our life.
Us, when I say us, I mean like we are legitimately like talking about us.
Yeah,
like
us,
we're talking
our
about,
lives. We're having a conversation.
Yeah, our own shit and still like.
But I do have
I don't
This is
care where
real
you're from.
people. It relates to people
absolutely,
everywhere.
absolutely. That's exactly what we were just saying. But now we do have you back. Jordan is back. We do have to go back to.
God, I have so many questions.
We do have to go back
really
to
do.
orphans. We have to go back to that, brother. I'm sorry. I got to
go
hit
back
you on
to-
that. So the orphans. Explain this to me.
So my grandfather and his brothers were all orphans. They were an orphan.
They were in an orphanage.
in Columbus.
No shit.
Their uncle, his name was John Teramana. Started out, he was selling coal. He was digging out basements in people's houses. He had a cart. He had a horse. I mean, had no money to his name, anything. And that's what he did. I mean, people wanted a basement in their house. They started with a shovel on the side of the house, and they dug into the basement. They started selling coal
That they found while they were digging basements.
that they found while they were digging basements. They
Okay.
bought a truck. There's a story, and I don't know how true it is, that my Uncle Tony ended up winning a little piece of a coal mine in a poker game. I don't know how true it is, but
Well, so what time frame do you think you're talking about? Like 50s, 60s, 70s,
40s or 50s.
40s or 50s?
40s or 50s.
To me, that makes it sound realistic because that's the type of stupid shit that happened back then. You would bet your livelihood on a
it's
poker
just,
game.
like spot on.
Yeah.
And what John did, I mean, as they got older, I mean, he adopted Tony first because Tony was the oldest.
Okay.
Then Dominic, and then my grandfather Albert. And,
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they grew this empire. They grew this coal business out of.
So you're telling me with all the gripes that people have in the world, like, hey, I work in a fast food restaurant, so how am I going to get ahead? I do this, so how am I going to get ahead?
Started from nothing.
So the Teramana family, the Teramana dynasty in Steubenville, Ohio, started from orphans, and they started digging basements, found some coal, sold that little bit of coal, and then ended up, maybe, we're not sure if this is true, this is undocumented at this point, but they won a little bit of a coal mine in a poker game.
Started from absolutely nothing. And I got to say this. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson
Yes.
started a tequila company
Yes.
called Teramana Tequila.
Is that really what it's called?
It really is.
I knew he started a tequila
swear to
company. I didn't know that's what it was called. Does it have anything affiliated with you guys?
No.
Nothing.
God, that'd be awesome.
But still cool as fuck.
Has nothing.
We went from
Listen,
talking about orphanages.
Come on. Do you not think that...
So good.
Has
on, you
nothing
don't-
to do with anything, but I think
Yeah,
you should still
okay.
at least do a commercial or something for us.
Agreed. You don't think Justin and Jordan going, okay.
Okay, so now,
Teramana fucking tequila.
so listen,
Come on.
So listen, what I
I
do
almost said
is I
daddy.
randomly hit up all kinds of celebrities and stuff
Yeah.
on social media because I'm like, hey, who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
one of them will answer and they'll come on the
cares?
podcast.
So maybe we get
Lady
The Rock.
Gaga is my blood cousin.
Is that real?
Yep, for real.
Shut the fuck up.
For real, on my
Yes.
grandmother's side, she really is.
No, he just made that up.
No, I swear to God, she
But I like it.
Also grew up in an
It's-
orphanage.
it's
No, I'm
gonna
just
get
kidding. I don't know
downloads.
that. But to me, it is
Moundsville,
absolutely.
West Virginia. But no, go
But
ahead.
to me, it is absolutely insane that your family, this dynasty that we all know now as the Teramanas, I'm going to call it a dynasty. I am. To me, like I told him, there are a lot of influential families in this area. There are the Teramanas, there are the Carpalatis, there are the
the
Gentiles.
Shappas,
The Shappas.
these
Man,
massive
the
coal
Shappas.
companies.
These massive coal companies. And, but much like those families, the area would be different without the Teramanas. So you're telling me the Teramanas started with orphans that
Right.
grew up at an orphanage, and
Right.
you guys ended up just dominating an area. That is an incredible story that somebody should probably write a book about because that's insane.
Started from the bottom. Now we here.
Now we're here. And you know what? You deserve that song more than Drake does because Drake started out
You know-
on
Come on,
Canadian
man.
TV.
And I don't deserve
Man.
none of it. I mean, they could make a movie about my uncles, about my grandfather. And
Yeah.
my grandfather fought in the South Pacific in World War II.
No shit.
He got a Purple Heart. He got his left arm blown off. I mean, he got his elbow blown
Dude,
off.
honest to God, though, like, seriously, tell me you don't, like, get, like, a little bit, like, not, like, I don't know, like,
Listen, I got
like
pride?
a chill.
I
Not, like,
I
not
got
like a
so
chills,
much
but, like,
self
you're
pride. I
talking-
mean, I am. I'll tell you right now. I'll be the first one to tell you. I am spoiled. I got handed a freaking dynasty that I don't deserve.
But
But it's not that I'm not working for it to earn it.
you work hard.
My father and his father busted their ass every single day. I mean, they earned everything that they ever had.
That's how you stay on top.
They never had anything handed to them, and that's what a lot of people in this area think. I mean, they think, oh, you know, Teramanas. They hear the word Teramana, and they're like, oh, you know, they got money. They didn't do nothing to earn it or deserve it.
Especially the newer generation. And what to me is insane about that is twofold. One, I've seen you guys work. I know you guys work. Like I said, I can't walk into one of the dealerships without talking to one of the younger generations of Teramanas. Also, you guys are just good guys. Like you met me when I was managing at Applebee's.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I was tripping my balls off on an edible, I think.
But you met me managing at Applebee's. You had no reason whatsoever with your status and my status to give me the time of day. And I can tell you I have had a lot of conversations with you. Not like just, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, good. That's how I'm doing.
People think
We've had conversations. You guys are good people is my thing.
People think we're spoiled brats and that we don't relate to the regular people in this town. I mean, and we absolutely do.
You absolutely do. You literally just got in a wreck and
I was gonna say, like, dude, like I think what makes me mad is that we're never, as far as right now is concerned, we're never gonna get in that situation that, you know, we have someone that actually works hard
yeah.
and actually cares, and like you say that shit, and what's the first thing you're like, oh yeah, spoiled, yeah, good.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, well, that's fine. But you don't know. Like, you literally don't. Like, you're not going home and going, man, what do they do? You know, why are they? No.
Why are they successful?
Yeah.
You're not asking that. You're just automatically judging them.
Yeah. Like, someone told you that they are successful. And I think what makes me mad is that in a smaller sense, I'm the same way. And when I say that, I think people like know me will know, like, you know, my dad's, you know, my dad.
Your dad is
He's just-
big red through and through. He's
just my
the
dad.
big red guy. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So no matter what I'm doing and what I'm doing for it, like, he's just that guy. He's going, you know, he's there,
Yeah.
right? I think we struggle with the fact that, why can't we see a family who's successful and
doing good?
Yeah, and we automatically say, "Oh well, fuck them." Why? You know what I mean? And that's seriously what it is. Like, why? Why are we saying "fuck you"?
Especially when they're trying to do good in the community.
Right. But I'm saying that's our mindset. We see it, and then we just say "fuck you." Why?
Yeah. And you know what the mindset should be? The mindset should be, hey, can I have a conversation with this guy?
Yeah.
Can I talk to him and figure out
why
he's
not?
doing to be
Exactly.
successful?
Yep.
What are you doing to be
never
successful?
fucking happens. You're
It
exactly
never
right.
happens.
Never happens.
Let's have a conversation. How are you being successful? Oh, because you're working your ass off, and because your family has instilled in you this work ethic that makes you want to continue the legacy. Because I'll tell you right now, if the Teramanas didn't instill in their younger generations, then the dynasty wouldn't keep going. It would not keep going. But they have instilled in it. Not only did they instill in them to be successful and work hard, but they also instilled in them to keep it in the community. Because a lot of the other families, they spread out and they go other places. They don't stay in the area. They have stayed in this area. They're loyal to this area, and they're going to keep working hard to make this area the best they can be. And you don't see that in a lot of scenarios, but it's happening here. But for some reason, the select few want to judge them and be harsh to them. Honestly, harsh.
Well, I think it just turns into the same thing of, same thing. How do we swallow information nowadays? It's on Facebook and everything else, and But it shouldn't be like that. But we don't have a choice.
Yeah,
right?
it just is what it is.
I know for a fact though that because we don't have a choice, it actually makes our point better. That
it makes this podcast better because we're gonna try to give you what you
just
should
the
be.
real shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, don't get mad.
Yeah, don't get mad.
Yeah.
Why would you be mad at these people that are not because they're successful?
Here's the best part. I'm sitting here and I'm fucking gassing up, Jordan and his family and all this shit. You know what he's sitting here doing? Stop. He's like, stop.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you know what? No.
He doesn't want us. He doesn't want us to gas him up.
Yeah.
He doesn't want us to talk them
Why
up.
the fuck can't I just sit there and say, hey, there's actually good people. There's good families. There's good people. And that the fact that, maybe, just maybe, you weren't on the same level or whatever. Like, you don't have to automatically say, oh, well, this guy is here and I'm not there, so fuck you.
Yeah, actually,
That's the most despicable thing that is a part of our human nature.
Here's the exact way to put it: is just because they were born into a fortunate scenario doesn't mean they don't work hard to maintain that scenario.
Yes.
That is a fallacy. Right. And if you get to know these people, then you will know.
Yeah.
And what I want to do now, one, because I have to pee really bad. Two, because he's getting a lot of phone calls, so we should probably close it out. So we're going to pause the podcast long enough for him to get off the phone, for me to piss, and then we'll close the podcast out with him so he can get out of here. I think that's a good idea,
with
right?
Who? Jordan?
Yeah, so Jordan can get off the phone and we can close it out with him.
But,
that makes sense,
listen,
right?
Here's what I actually want.
Yeah.
Okay, and I want this for seriously, you know what? Almost like I want this for a selfish reason. Okay, we have some people who are on here, and we have some people who are on here who actually have some thoughts and ideas that benefit our area.
Our area, honestly, if you
Just
take them to a grander scheme, it could be for not just this area, it could be for more.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm asking you if we could, generally just
try to focus more on this area.
Let this dude, okay, who is probably not smarter than us, and that's the best part. He'll never say,
no,
yeah, I'm smarter than you.
He'll never say he's better in any way than anybody. Never.
Right.
Never.
But I'm saying, can we get a kid, get a guy, get someone who just happens to have a little bit more know-how, because this is how we get better.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, we sit there and we do a lot of shit, but, like, how do we get better? Well, we get better by people who are in it telling us
their information and how you get better.
Right, like what they know.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to put a pause to this. I'm about to piss my pants, and then we're going to come back on. We're going to do a closeout with Jordan, and then we'll probably try to invite him back on. I think this was a shockingly good podcast. Oh, my God. I got to see that. Oh, I'm gonna piss myself without a doubt. All right, we're just going to close this podcast out. It's super late. We can't even believe we got this gold that we got. Jordan Teramana, I want to thank you profusely for staying up with us late and having this golden podcast, and I hope you come on in the future.
And saying what, honestly, like, a lot of us want to say.
Yeah. But
You know what I mean? Like, we don't have that voice.
yeah.
A lot of us don't have that voice. So, like, we have this voice that actually gets to say, like, all right, this is actually what it is.
Yeah. Let him give a sign off.
You know, it sucks. I got to get out of here. I don't want to because I had a blast tonight. I love talking to you guys. But just remember that your Second Amendment rights.
Get it.
Say it. No.
It ain't.
What's your Second Amendment rights?
It's not your right to bear firearms. The only reason for the Second Amendment is to overthrow a tyrant government.
I love it.
Yes.
So you should have every gun, everything that the military has in order to overthrow the House of Representatives that's owned by the Democrats right now.
So good.
He wanted that. He wanted that.
Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, all of them.
But you agree there's trouble on both sides.
Both sides. Republicans are just as fucked up.
And I can't wait. I can't wait until next week where I can debate and discern everything you just said.
Right. But
No, you can't.
But Jordan,
I'm literally joking.
But Jordan, thank you for coming on. I can't believe you did it this late with us. I love you, brother. I appreciate it. I can't wait to have you back on.
I'm in big trouble because I stayed on this late. So.
I believe it. All right. This is the Gathering of Fools. We're out.